So we're going to start off with a game that's on the TV as we speak. The Boston Celtics have evened up the series at 2-2 after an underwhelming Game 1 performance. Game 5, it's on and popping right now. Last I looked at it, the Celtics were winning, but it's kind of far away. I can't see the score from here.
47-54 at the half.
47-54 at the half. Okay, that's
Celtics
what's up.
up.
The Boston Celtics are like they look like they might be on their way to taking control in a rubber match.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now will the winner of this Game 5 actually take this series?
I have Milwaukee winning Game 5, but I don't think Milwaukee actually takes the series. I do think Boston is the best team in the NBA right now. I think they have the most talent. I think they're the most sound on both ends of the floor. Clearly the best defensive team. We've seen that, right now. They've got the defensive player of the year in Marcus Smart. And what should scare the hell out of the NBA is when Marcus Smart can't play in his one game, Grant Williams, steps right in, 21 points, and is actually decently playing overall with his defensive stand. And, you look at the way that this series has been going, it's been back and forth, and that's why I've got Milwaukee taking Game 5. And Giannis does have 19 at the half. I don't have the stats right in front of me, but he's been flustered all series, just like we saw in Kevin Durant all series long. If KD had to sweat for a point, Giannis is sweating even harder for half of a point. That's what it seems like. We see the field goal percentage. We see the fact that they are literally stripping Giannis of his efficiency right now, holding him to 45% through the first 4 games. Obviously walking into tonight, 19 overall. So that seems like one of the better performances up into the half that we've seen in this series so far. But you look at the fact that, again, extremely flustered. Boston is holding Milwaukee to 42% overall as a team and 27% from downtown. I mean, when you look at numbers like this, again, it literally shows me, and we'll talk about it a little bit later, that I really do think Boston is the best team in the NBA right now. And you want to talk about kind of a game that kind of defied the series in a way. So Game 2, the Bucks only took 18 threes in that game, by far the least in the Coach Bud era. So what does that say to me? They're kind of afraid of shooting threes against this Boston team. And again, Boston, ridiculous perimeter defense. They scare the life out of a lot of teams. So there's no surprise as to why we've seen Milwaukee struggling time and time again. But you want to talk about where it's really got to go right for Milwaukee? They got to have Chris Middleton. I mean, with Chris Middleton, we saw it in the playoffs last year. This season, rather, they're missing 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists off the rip. I know he's a little inconsistent at times, of course, but Chris Middleton stepping in, we saw last year in the playoff run. When he scored 20-plus, they only lost twice. And when he scored 30-plus, they were by far undefeated. So, again, the role players are not stepping in for Milwaukee like they need to, and it's because of the defense of Boston. Cher, I hope your ears are wide open because I truly do think, I don't know if Boston will go to win the title, as odd as that sounds, but I do think right now, as we're talking about her on the show, they are the best team in the NBA. And just a little more about Middleton. They only win 47% of the time without him, only score 104 points per game. They score more points per game without Giannis on the floor. Go check the numbers on StatMuse. It tells you right there, absolutely. So again, we thought Middleton was supposed to miss a couple weeks. Now we don't know when he's playing. He's not in Game 5. Again, Boston is the best team in the league. They piss off a lot of people, and rightfully so. Look at what they're doing in Milwaukee.
Yeah, man, I wouldn't go as far as to say that they're the best team in the league, but I do think that if Boston is able to take this game, then they are absolutely going to knock off the defending NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks and send Giannis home. With his 19 points, they're still losing the game. I mean, it's actually not enough. He definitely needs the scoring of a Chris Middleton to take a little bit of that pressure off of him to just carry the entire load, because Boston is making him work so hard for his points. To your point, they're destroying his efficiency, which was a major part of why he's been so effective. Him having to work this hard to score, it's really working against the team. I mean, the kind of defense they're playing, I got to give major kudos to Al Horford. The way he has showed up in this series, the type of defense that he's played on Giannis to make him struggle like that, and the way he's actually been giving him a spark on offense, is like he's turned back the hands just a bit.
Ridiculous.
No one expected this much production out of Al Horford. Like, he's definitely got to get his flowers for what he's doing in this series.
Yeah, 33, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, he's out there killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, between him and then, when Jason Tatum goes off, then it's pretty much a wrap. Now
Right.
Smart's back out there. I mean, the Boston Celtics are looking like the team that I predicted the past couple of seasons to go to the NBA Finals.
Right.
And they continually made me look stupid for picking a team that I don't even like to make it that far. And now that I didn't pick them, now all of a sudden they want to be that team.
Yeah.
But they are the exact same team. They didn't actually lose players. they've just been growing together because
Yeah.
they're all really young. I mean,
Yeah.
it kind of threw me off. Like, it seems like Jason Tatum's been playing for 15 years, but he's only 24 years old. I'm like, wait, what?
Exactly. And you think about what Boston has done. There was a lot of confusion about when they hired Ime Udoka, I think is his name. We obviously know the head coach that I'm talking about. Jason Tatum being an absolute star.
Nia Long's husband.
There we go.
That's his name.
Jaylen Brown stepping up, Marcus Smart, second ever point guard to win Defensive Player of the Year. They've got a lot going right now, and they are literally frustrating the the defending champs right in front of our face. Want to give a quick shout out to the chat room here. What's happening, Cher? What's going on, Jamila? Tay Young almost made me think it was Ice Trader Gang joining in the show. Yeah, Cher. I mean, you hear me talking my smack, man. I definitely think the Celtics are the best team in the league. They're deep, they're talented, the roster is ridiculous, and you're having role players step up for them. You're not getting that out of a Bobby Portis in Milwaukee. You're not getting that out of a Drew Holiday consistently in Milwaukee. You got to give a shout out to Boston, I think. And I didn't realize it really until that game 2 happened. I was like, wow, that was just really, really defining for me. Got to take Boston in this series. I'll be shocked, and this will mean so much more for Giannis if he can pull this W out.
Oh, I mean, Giannis doesn't actually have to prove anything. He got the championship last year, so that pretty much solidified where he's at. So, I mean, his legacy isn't in question, but I definitely am looking forward to seeing them go home. I'm about to have the Bucks.
He said, I want to see them go home, please.
Oh, absolutely. Jose Mendoza says Bucks in 7. I don't see it.
They need Middleton.
They're not winning
man.
a game 7 in the TD Garden.
No.
If it goes 7, it's not happening.
Not at all. They need Middleton. And yes, Cher, like you said in the comments, they score 111 all time without Giannis in the lineup. Now, they do win less, but they score more. You're going to obviously need to put points up against Boston. They score, yes, without Giannis, they score 111. Without Middleton, they're scoring 7 less points. The proof is right there. Since they both came to the team, they function better with Chris Middleton. He's the solid 2. Look at he was the key player for the finals run last year.